good starting on the CT side. G2 on the Ts. We'll have a look at the buys. Be 4 sets of armor for G2. No utility, in fact, just going to be the P250. It's going to be a fast play. First encounter comes in, equal exchange, and emphatically making their way on the B sides.
And they need to slow this push down fast. They're not doing it well enough because G2 is already deep inside the site. The longer Liquid can stay alive. Nitro going down, the faster this flank could come into the fold. It's gone. Bomb's not yet planted, but they're going to figure this out. There's no rotation timing. Body and Shox are already considering the possibility of JDM and Simple arriving from that platform. And instead of going back to plant the bomb, I actually like this call from G2 because they knew they were coming that direction. Again, timing was there, so they're going to just take the bomb to A. They know it's open. And it's going to be continuing on the hunt for Simple and JDM. Thankfully, JDM has picked up a kid on the way through the B site.
Both coming from connector as well, they can see. Body that, he's got the vision from the balcony as well. Spots one, and he knows they're both coming from this area as well. What a shot as well, docks him down. 3 versus 1, up to Simple. Definitely has the potential to get this one in the bag, but he hasn't picked up the kick just yet. But there it is, Scream finishes things off. The fast play towards B, worked out with G2. Very good call from them at the start. They realized the flanks were coming in from that upper platform area. Go forwards connector, like you said, and they managed to lock things down. As soon as they made that decision, for me, that was the round over. Very well played from G2, and they opened things up very successfully here. We'll have a look at the buy for Liquid coming in. Whether they'll be forcing into this second round, it's obviously up to debate every single time. You want to make sure you have those grenades, and obviously JDM, we need him on the AWP to give them a chance here to get rolling. So they're not going to be fully investing into this whatsoever. It's actually quite a modest buy. A couple of Deagles, a 5-7 to CZ, no armor. Eco with the HE grenade as well. So this should be quite an easy round for G2 as well. And luckily for them, they've got 4 SMGs, so that's probably going to be working out in their favor. Farm some cash with these lower weapons. And they'll be slowing things down as with D-Bot as well. Not going to be rushing in and forcing the issue too early on. Shoxy there just firing some shots with the Mac-10, trying to open things up. Not going to land anything just yet. You can see his teammates on the other side of the map towards Long A on the screen right now. The bomber's there as well, just dissecting this part, seeing if they get information, work out whether any stacks may lie towards this part of the map.
Exactly that. That's what Shox is intending to do right now. But Scream's going to get out toward long, clear the corner. There's already a rotation back, though, with no aggression on B. So Shox hasn't done enough to really hold the CTs in position, which does mean there's still going to be a fight when they go, if they go. G2 not committed just yet. And keep in mind, you touched on something kind of important, is the economic management for Liquid. JDM is an AWP player that's extremely consistent, and that's one thing he does bring with that weapon that I think Liquid lacked. But more so, it's AWP or nothing almost for him. He's known for being quite lackluster with the rifle, so you almost have to guarantee getting one into his hands. First exchange goes out toward long B. Elish fires in with the Deagle, and they are going to actually push onto this. They've rotated back over without getting any information, but it's still working out in their success as Body and Scream each pick up the opening kills. JDM and Nitro now the last 2 remaining. And although JDM does get 1 kill, that actually is good for him on the pistol. It's a little bit extra income. He's going to go down immediately after, and Nitro's just going to look for exit kills to try and damage the economy. Yeah,
nice clean round there from G2, as I said before. It's probably the perfect way to actually approach these anti-eco situations. Split up together, make sure you're doing a full default at the start. See if there's any aggression, any sort of stacks come in, and then work some part of the map, and then go back once you've established there's actually nothing going on. So they did that really nicely. Go towards that B site, and they managed to get those first kills. Good flashbangs due to the start as well. Elish didn't really have much to work with whatsoever. Nitro hits footsteps, could get a kill. Actually lands a headshot towards Shox as well. Picks up a Mac-10. Not going to be too beneficial going to the next round, but if you can save that, it's something to work with, I guess.
And even not even saving it, if he can pick up a few more kills with it here and just get the income from it, that'll still benefit them as well. So he won't manage either. It's going to be RPK instead with the SMG to get the kill. But again, JDM with that single pistol kill does now lead the money for his team. He's at 3,600. Again, they're not going to invest anything in this round. Simple's gone for a Deagle.
Basically, at this point, they want to be boosting their percentage chance of winning that first gun round. Cobble is such a cruel mistress in terms of managing the economy. If you lose that first gun round, you go down 5-0. It's such a difficult map to get back into. You need the AWP, you need the incendiary smokes, everything going in your favor here. So they're not trying to limit themselves going forward. I think we might have the VP stack coming in towards middle. We saw this a couple of events ago. Actually, it's pretty successful, managing to get that first kill and then opens up the window of opportunity. Once again, though, G2. Very disciplined play, not doing anything too crazy here, and that's a nice shot from Scream to open things up with the AK-47, takes down Simple, and at this point he's just waiting for the reaction.
And the reaction is the lineup from Liquid. They're going for that Virtus Pro strategy. I wish we could see it because it is hilarious, but Shox is going to come around the other side and completely foil that plan.
Yeah, he can smell them. He's coming in, lurking ever so slowly, but he feels like he's going to clear up here. As soon as he gets to the balcony and gets a ton of information for his team, he could get all 3 kills here towards his middle, but the bomb's actually going down towards B, so he'll get all the rotations they come through. Spots one. And this is obviously a guaranteed round at this point for G2. It's whether Shoxy can just humiliate them with that full Mac-10 spray down in the back. Not going to happen this time by the looks of things, but at least he gets a ton of info. Did spot them.
And the CT's not really rotating over. Don't want to give up too much frag distribution, frag money to G2, so they'll just sit back and try and do what they can with the pistols.
At this point, it's not even worth G2 hunting right now. Obviously, they just give weapons away. The SMGs is a lot more viable. Obviously, they can farm the cash. They don't really want those weapons necessarily going to the next round regardless. Here we go then. Shox does find a Liege. Eco and Nitro remain, and they're going to find them hiding towards that Daydream as well. Take them all out. It's a very clean round indeed, and they will be keeping 5 players alive. So it'll be an interesting decision now going forward. Obviously, this is the bonus round we discussed before. Will G2 keep those SMGs up? They have a UMP and a MAC-10 available. That normally suggests you do something very fast. You send his SMGs towards a drop-down room, try and make things very close range, and let's see whether it works out for them. They won't be upgrading whatsoever. So 3 AKs, 2 SMGs, and we do see JDM on towards that AWP. It'll be interesting to see what kind of play he goes for. We know he can do almost everything the AWP. He can go aggressive, he can do the turret stuff. Let's see if he tries to send out a message by going for that first pick at the start of the round.
Well, he's gone over toward B. He didn't have the fastest spawn for it, so he'll be the third one toward the site, and already he's looking at Chicken Coop. So I'd imagine that he's going to attempt to stay quite passive, but a very fast play from G2. Again, still with these SMGs, they can afford to let them go in early. Shox exactly that, takes down Simple, and they're going to go on A. Nitro does manage to jump over top of the flames and spot one up, but does nothing of it. Shox with the kill. And the perfect kill at that, because it allows the bomb to enter into the site, hands a body, off chance that Shox just checks those barrels to make sure no one's there. Bit of a miscue on the smokes. They double one up toward balcony, so they won't have as much life in their utility, but still already it doesn't matter, because Liquid is saving. They've got to keep this AWP up. That's the important target right now.
Well, there it is, the Hail Mary play from G2. Like I said, having those SMGs means you have to do something a little bit more crazy in that respect. They go for the straight-up rush middle. It's very unorthodox, and Liquid just didn't see it coming there. Like we said, JDM going towards the B side of the map instead of anchoring towards A. Perhaps if it had been there, he could have locked that down, but Simple just didn't see it coming. Shoxy opening things up with the MAC-10 there. Very clean round indeed. He actually managed to upgrade to a rifle as well. So in terms of the economy game, this is a fantastic scene for G2. It's swelling right now. Luckily for Liquid, though, they keep 3 players alive. It's not completely lights out for them just yet. It's going to be 4-0, but an AWP and 2 rifles, they can actually get maybe a shotgun to work with them. Possibly could drop a FAMAS as well. So it's not completely over just yet. That's the correct decision, I think, once you do lose the control of the A side of the map. The bomb's down, the retake on that side is so difficult, especially when that smoke's down towards connector as well. And you see them just kind of waving the white flag at that point and going back to the B side. So 4-0. And there it is, the readjustment with the money as well. So actually, it's not too bad. They've managed to get another M4 and a FAMAS as well. But this round will break. They need to be very careful. They will have maximum loss bonus if they were to lose it, but let's see how it won't go down.
And they're going to let Simple anchor on the A side all by his lonesome. Hiko has no utility, so he'll play the support game over on B. Right now, holding drop at Nitro out toward the connector. He'll be able to flash in and support. Well, he's aggressive already out toward that smoke on the B platform, but look at Simple as he confronts one. Only one kill, though. Smiths is there for the refrag. Bomb goes down, and now there's a huge chance that G2 is going to get into A again. I mentioned Nitro's position quick toward that connector. He's rotated over, but he's alone, and he's gone as well as RPK finds that kill. But crucially, they have not crossed just yet. An RPK on 2 HP. He has to Molotov off toward that balcony. Nico's going to commit to it. They know he's dropped down, but a well-timed flash. They don't necessarily spot him up right away. 10 HP, but it's Scream to win the duel. And although Elise pulls this back within 1, he's gone immediately after, and it's JDM to clutch out with an AWP. Spotted already and really trying to escape an near-through event. It's not going to happen.
Another dream round there for G2, just going fast towards that long area, as you pointed out at the start. It's just Simple there by himself. For them to have any chance of winning that round, he needs to find more than 1 kill. It's an equal exchange at the start, and right now Scream firing on all cylinders, 7-0. You can see the kills on the screen right now. They just couldn't retake once again. They're really struggling toward this A side. It's going to be 5-0 now, and I'm assuming it's going to be an eco at this stage. We did point out will be maximum loss bonus. Elise does try to throw a spanner in the works. He's picked up a scout. So far, so good for GT, and they've actually managed to upgrade to an AWP as well. So they haven't really had to invest too much at all. They're taking the weaponry off Liquid every single time. Upgrading their SMGs to the M4s before, now taking an AK out and getting the AWP. No real stack coming in for the CTs. 2 towards A this time. It's going to be JDM. Backed by Simple as well. Elise towards B with that scout, seeing if he can do anything with this. Now to body, he's actually got some control of the upper platform. Smokes to give him some freedom to move it. Flashes come in, he's going to drop down as well. So looking for that first kill and maybe get a bit of info for his team as well.
Bodies in so deep already. Good reaction. Nice shot to Hiko. Nitro caught out in the open, and this guy is firing like crazy right now. We talked about Body coming into this team and how explosive he was on B sites on the defensive side of maps, but since he's gotten more comfortable with G2, he continues to improve and impress. In another round there, again, anti-eco, sure, but good accuracy, good awareness, good movement inside of the site. They're going to go desperate here. This is what Simple brings to them, I guess, being in this 5-man right now. We won't necessarily call him a permanent fixture, but the double-op setup coming out for Liquid.
Yeah, he's more of the loose cannon on the AWP respective role, so he's going to be bringing those first picks. He wants to go for the challenge at the start. He's not going to be going for that kind of turret play. Scream yet to die still. We go to the 7 7th round here. We'll see what kind of setup comes into the CT. Something desperately needs to come to life. Simple actually will be holding towards the top of middle here by himself once again, but much more defensive position. Won't be actually going towards long A and actually going for that commitment. We see Smith boosting up. We're seeing a lot of this tournament, trying to take down anyone towards those new steps positions, but it'll be more of a slower pace round this time. JDM, he's on the other side of the map, looking for the first pick. I think this will be a much slower paced
and
this, as we go into number 7 here.
Just to highlight on Simple's position as well, this is so passive playing inside of that hut because now he doesn't even see nice shot JDM to start it off. Finally, they get it rolling, and there's a second one as he catches body on the retreat. So getting JDM into a more aggressive position this time. Remember, last time he had the AWP, he went to chicken coop because he didn't have as good of a spawn. This time it works out. Simple was playing so passively on A, though. I was a bit surprised by how far back, because they would have been able to control all of long A, all of danger, and the bottom and mid before he even spotted them. So it's kind of nice that JDM gets those opening picks because now they don't have to worry about him being overrun.
Well, the hard work has been done now by the CTs. They don't need to commit anymore. Fall back to the bomb sides, wait for the next move to come in from G2. They're the ones that have to work hard for this. JDM does spot one player towards that platform area as well, does a decent smoke as well. That slows him down. Time ticking away here. We get to the 45-second mark, but G2 have got control of drop down.
It's Hiko that's the closest to it. JDM's changed his angle, the quicker smoke out in front. Oh, the damage from the flames. RPK goes on to 44, but good pickup from Scream. They changed JDM's position because exactly that. He couldn't get the angle toward drop. They needed him to get another shot toward shots, and they just hold on. 2 men stay alive. One of which is the AWP on Simple, so they'll carry one over to this round, but they can't really afford another one. They can't go back to that setup because the reset comes in. The highest money right now is Nitro on 4,400.
After such a clean start to the round as well, G2 probably knew they couldn't win it, but they just wanted to do as much damage as possible to the economy of Liquid there. And the fact there's a 5-3 ended up with just 2 players alive for Liquid, that's a bit of a nightmare. If they were to lose this round, it's almost a double eco coming. You can see the reinvestment has cost them absolutely everything. No double orb this time as well, just a single one, and a Famous as well on towards Hiko.
And Simple did drop that immediately over to JDM. Remember, there's a lot of criticism the last time Simple played with Liquid that on this map he stole the AWPT side from Kusta.
Yeah.
Here he seems to be willing to play that supporting role to JDM, so he's going to be the primary. Galige back up through those stairwell. He gets above the smoke, spots one, and finds a way to retreat as well. Quite nifty over top of the edge because now he baits them in and JDM's able to line up one. However, RPK gets forward and now JDM's got problems because it's 2 angles to cover. He places his crosshair in the middle immediately so that he can try and flick either direction, but it's a wraparound play from RPK and Hiko has to trade onto him. It's still the man advantage for Liquid.
Well, Liquid have control of the bomb as well, so this is a massive opportunity for them to capitalize. Nitro does to get the kill on towards the shots as well. 3 versus 1, surely they've got this round, but Scream looking to do more. Finally taken down, and that's the round that Liquid desperately needed. Like we said, that would have been a double eco situation. Still, only keeping 2 players alive there, so they're going to be struggling a little bit for money, but it's starting to build slowly. Did manage to pick up the AWP as well, but G2, they've got so much cash to work with. They're supplying their pressure time and time again. Still so much here to do for Liquid. 6-2 now the scoreline. We'll see what Liquid brings to the party this time. Double orb set up once again.
So they do invest right back into it, which does leave them quite low still on residual cash. Simple again going to play this passive angle toward the HUD. He wasn't confronted last time, so he obviously is comfortable playing here. This is his decision. Hiko and a Nitro together at drop, but again, JDM, he has to go to chicken coop. He doesn't have that forward stance. Thankfully, Elige did very well here last time with the M4. He's going to try and get aggressive again here and pre-fire into that smoke.
He's only got the Famous this time as well, and he's limited in terms of grenades he has available. Famous and nothing else to work with. JDM's going to be backing him up as well. Did so well in this position before. Can he deliver similar results here? Going to be throwing the incendiary at that corner. Very common these days. No one going to be there this time. No, nothing towards the boost as well. You can see Body set up there with Shoxy, looking for anyone to go a little bit aggressive. Flash goes over. More JDM death face, but it's going to be the opening exchange from Elige. He gets taken by Shoxy. Up to JDM now to get the response kill. He does. And with the man advantage once again for Liquid. 4-3, but on the other side of the map, it's actually going to be G2 working the long A area, but the bomb is down in B Hall still.
Yeah, they've got to go back for that. A minute to do so. RPK seems to want to go that direction now before Scream and Smiths go any further, because once they are confronted, there'll be a rotation, and that'll give up any chance of surprise that they have on this A site. Remember, Nitro has rotated over, so they've split this defense up. And Nitro's position in the hut's actually quite good, because if a smoke goes out toward that doorway, usually it goes far enough in that he'll still be able to see out from that doorway at the very least, if not at the bottom ramp at middle, too long. And that's where all the players are coming in from right now. That smoke does land. Nitro elects actually to go to the balcony instead. He's going to let Simple get a better angle as they commit further and further. Legs up the first player. That's Smith. Jumps up. He'll follow it up. His Scream goes down. Good damage as he finds RPK, and he knows he's lagged him. So it's over to the pistol, but Nitro closes it out.
There it is. Coming to life now. Liquid seem to be finding some form, and it's Simple delivering the results with the AWP this time. Haven't quite broken the economy of G2 once again. There's going to be AKs available. We can see Shox actually on just shy of $10,000 as well, but here's the replay of Simple. Finally gets an opportunity to show us what he can do with that sniper rifle. 3 rounds in a row now for Liquid. And finally getting some bankroll going as well. They're not in the dangerous position if they were to lose one round to be a full eco, but interesting enough, is that an MP9 I spot?
There is for Elige, yep, dead on. And he's only got 350, so he had to invest into that. Shock's at almost 10K after losing 3 rounds in a row. That's how good the start was from G2 in this game. So this is a very tough order for Liquid to pull this back, and it's getting harder, but Body's gonna help them out. He takes down a teammate, that allows Nitro and Elige the 1-2 punch to pick up all the kills required and bring this dead even. And it's down to just Shocks as Scream falls immediately after. Bomb drop has to go inside of the site. That smoke actually helps him to do so, because now he has the bomb 1 minute and 24 to work with. There's no ruling out the possibility that he even could just rotate back through the tunnels and start to drag this on, but he seems to have other ideas.
It's an absolute brawl to open up this round, but now it's up to the master of CS, Shocks, in such incredible form right now as well. He's got Simple and Nitro to fight. First kill comes in, does spot Nitro. Through the smoke here. Flashbang comes in as well, gets his first kill, can't actually make it happen. There it is, another 2 versus 1 situation going in the favor of Liquid. 4 rounds in a row now. Finally broken the money of G2, surely at this point.
And good read by Nitro not to overreact when the spray came out toward his teammate in Chicken Coop, because that flash was already preset and ready. He could have easily been blinded and taken down. It would have come to a one-on-one.
So many close range encounters here. That's at the MP9 doing a ton of damage there, picking up 1 kill as well. So the buy comes in from G2. It'll be the partial buy, means Tech 9's head armor, a few grenades to go with them as well. Objective, try and get the bomb down, use those smokes to potentially give them some cover as they run through and use that running gun potential here, but the double orb setup should lock them down at this point. Won't be a full execute like we've seen from previous lineups here at the weekend, when you have the Tech 9 to do the full wall of smoke speed. They've only got 2 available, so that's not really a possibility. Maybe smoke off towards the left-hand side of drop down and swarm towards connector. You can see it's actually 3 players in drop down, 2 towards A, so maybe A split coming in.
Down over drop already. Eco overwhelmed, but lines up all 3. Double headshot on the end. Last bullet on his Scream. So that works out well. Now they just have to focus on the 2, as you said. A split at the bottom of middle. Smiths makes it a little bit close. Does drop down some guns, which will force a reinvestment, but both AWPs saved.
Good read there from Liquid. You can see they've got a count on the economy of G2 working out. They're probably quite a high potential chance that those Tech 9s will be coming out. It's a defensive position from Eco. They line up for him, and they're like a double headshot, like you said. Perfect stuff. And it's going to be 5 in a row.
He had 5 bullets he had left. It seemed like he was lower into the clip. Either way, well done. Hold on to it. But AK's come back out, decent utility. Molotov's on all 5 players for G2, so if they go toward B, which they're already looking to do out of spawn, they'll have the 3 required that we talked about. It's Arch, now the Stairwell, and Chicken Coop that they have to look to try and cover off, and it's Simple alone on A. Again, gets aggressive this time bottom mid to try and find early information. A smoke out won't provide him with much, so Nitro and Hiko have to sit back still for these rotations and just cover drop.
It's 4 players, 4 Liquid towards the B side. See Elige being baited in as well. Also not going to go towards him. That's towards that steps area. Flashing the smokes, and here comes the execution from G2.
Elige is going to be overlooked. They Molotov this early. Oh, but that's a misplay. Scream with the shot. That's a big misplay for Elige, because now they're in the site, overwhelming entirely. Nitro goes down. It has to be the rotation. They Molotov that early. Elige saw it. He went forward. They did put that second Molotov out on the stairs, but he whiffs on the shot, and now Hiko has to come up large. And he knows that he's the clutch master in these situations. He can play off a Simple who has the AWP, but watch Shocks' position in this. Hiko's still looking to try and find him a drop, and he's timed this well. Hiko's well aware of it. Good read, brilliant read by Hiko. Trained by Scream, and he has to close this out now. As he already has 3 kills, it has to be the ace. Bombs ticking this entire time. He's got the kid, it's down to 1. Hiko, he could pull this off. Smiths is in the open as he transfers around, but just enough. Just the angle for Smiths.
It would have been the ace set for Hiko, and it's a crazy procedure from Scream that steps area to even be facing at that point. Gives Hiko a definite opportunity, but after losing 5 in a row, G2, with a simple B play, do make things work. Round number 13 come in. This has been a very quick half, it feels like, but here's the play from Hiko there. Like you said, the clutch master, famed for having this awareness in this situation. Came so close there, but Smith's high pressure situation, he delivers. Focusing on the bomb, takes him down. And we go to round number 13. It's actually a difficult buy for Liquid going into this one. Simple just on a 5-7, Nitro with the Famous. No kits available either, so they probably need to work a little bit harder for this first pick. You can see there's a boost towards long 8. That's going to be Simple, and it's up to JDM once again. I think he needs to get those first picks once more.
So Simple with the aggressive buys on the AWP has been limited, like you say, that 5-7, but he's gone for the boost to try and catch them off, to try and do something slightly unorthodox to make up for it.
He just needs 1 kill here. With the 5-7, he can get 1 and get information, and Nitro can potentially come around that corner. You can see them set up here. It's kind of a bait play. That would be enough at this point. G2, though, slow default, working towards long 8, is dissecting this part of the map, and there's going to be some confrontation here. Can Simple deliver?
It's to be a little bit careful not to get too fancy on this peak because they will check it. Shoulder not shown until they commit, but he can't find the lineup. He tries to lay it down, crouch in, so they have to commit to the jump, but it works out. And thankfully, they actually did get the kill behind him, the second player at long, because that could have been the trade while they were so focused on him. However, Elige has made an early rotation, well-timed, but well spotted by Smiths. 2 versus 2. Bombs dropped in the site. They have to commit. JDM's rotated over with his AWP as well. He's going to play him behind, but Smiths is actually stepping up and rising to the occasion. 3 quick kills in this and a good flank out from Shox as he reads Hiko.
It was a difficult situation for Liquid there. They tried everything they could. The boost not working out. It was Nitro trying to take all the attention away from Simple there, but they checked it as they came on the corner. The exchange went in their favor, and now we go into round number 14. I think the economy has been well and truly broken for Liquid at this point. Going to have to take this Eco on the chin.
And to put it in the other perspective, look at it the other way, that was a reset potential for Liquid, which could have actually brought this half dead kill right toward the end of it. It would have actually limited them to a 4-spy even on round 15 on this G2 side without a bomb plant. So
it's interesting as well. Simple, we rely on him for Liquid to have that explosive play, and it's only that round when he got 3 kills with the AWP. That's all he's really done. He's on 4 kills right now.
In fairness, a lot of Simples, they haven't really attacked A when he's at the AWP.
That's good though. That's a great read from G2. Stay away from the danger round. Why give him those opportunities? Keep focusing towards B, and then all of a sudden you're trapping those slow rounds towards A when he hasn't got the money as well. That's the kind of play you want to get him on tilt, and don't even give him access to start rolling. So 1 round he's had impact so far.
And the rotations, he hasn't been able to pick up anything. Even that Hiko one, it was all Hiko really. Well, it was all Hiko as he got 4 out of the 5, but he's gonna play at the bottom of drop right now. With these pistols, no armor, bought up. And G2's aware of the situation. They know how tight the money's been for Liquid trying to build back into this, especially with the start that they had, that they could chisel away every single round, even when they were losing. So they're slowing this down considerably. Smiths with Bomb was even waiting in case there was an off chance that they pushed out on A to try and get a fast rotation to get that information. Body's going to start it with the Elige going down. He'll follow up with Simple as well. Last time they had the anti-Eco inside B, it was Body with 4 kills. He's got 2 so far here. Scream's going to take 2 of his own, and, well, JDM's kind of in an awkward position in the drop room.
It has been impressive from Liquid to get 5 rounds in a row, but still a massive leader for G2 on the T side. We know Liquid can play the terror side as well, so still definitely not over. We're going to round number 15. Money's still limited. JDM, as you pointed out before, not known for his rifle skills. He won't have the AWP here. 5 rifles, no kits, limited on utility. All in for Liquid here. They need to be finding those first picks. Something a little bit different has to come into the fray. Maybe a boost towards drop down, pushing towards line A, find that first kill. Let's see what they decide to do. I think if they allow G2 to have a full G4 and execute, it's going to be a death sentence at that point.
So Simple inside of the smoke, close up on Danger. More aggressive than he's been when he's soloed with the AWP because he doesn't have the range game. And inside that smoke, they actually haven't considered to check this Danger position just yet. Nitro's come back over. He'll spot bottom mid. This will start to distract enough as Simple wants to get back out. He could time it. The nade was out. Scream never saw it coming, and now he's got 2. Nitro just needs to stay alive and hold his position because Simple. Now they go A. There's the hat trick. Again, when you pressure him, he does rise to the occasion. RPK, good forward stance. He may actually be able to wrap around and catch off at least one. It'll do exactly that. Has to follow it up on Nitro. Misplay from Elige, can't trade, but he goes there. Bomb dropped again. And it is Shox 1 versus 2, both outside of the perimeter right now because JDM can't afford to push through that doorway quite as comfortably as he would like. Hiko will close it. And 9-6 is how it ends, so a pistol and we could be dead even.
We haven't seen much from Simple. He hasn't had a lot of opportunity to get into this game, but like you said, when he's given the opportunity, he certainly delivers every single time there. Perfect timing, pushing for the smoke. Looked like there's a little bit of confusion there from G2. He gets the first frag, and then Smiths is not turning around whatsoever. I'm not sure if they were so focused towards top of middle, they didn't think that would be a possibility, but he gets 3 kills, and a much-needed run there for Liquid. Didn't have much to work with. He manages to pick up 3, and I'm sure we're going to see a replay of that just now as well. This is what I'm talking about. Why is Smiths not turning around at this point? That's a lot of time in pro-level CS to not be getting information delivered, and Simple getting that 3rd kill. That puts a nail in the coffin, and Shox into 2 versus 1. Can't finish things off, so 9-6. Doesn't look like either team are particularly happy with that half. I think Simple definitely looked a bit disappointed, but still, he was the player that got them into that last round. It's going to be 9-6. We go into the second half. We'll have a look at the buys for both teams, especially on the terror side. I think we have a pause coming in. Maybe this is technical.
I would imagine usually it is at halftime. You've already got a basic amount of time to speak. Apparently, it's a toilet break.
Okay, why not? Do you want to go to the toilet?
I did before the game because I'm smart. I'm like...
That's the way it should be, really,
Let's see if we can figure out who it is.
Well, that was a very quick half of CS map, maybe the fastest we've seen here all weekend. It opened up very quickly indeed, G2 on the pistol round, rushing B, and then they kept those SMGs and just kept applying the pressure time and time again, just breaking the economy of Liquid. The good thing, though, is that they were disciplined. They weren't going for the crazy retake. They were saving weapons and making sure their money wasn't completely ruined. We touched on this before we went into the game. It's very difficult on the CD side of Cobble. You need a lot of utility, you need the AWPs, and they were calm. They didn't give anything away. Obviously, they were 6-0 down at one point, but they got 5 rounds in a row and got number 15 as well. 9-6 on the CT half of Cobble. That's actually a pretty decent result against G2. We know they can play the T side. They can certainly bounce back. As soon as they win the pistol, it's 9-9.
I have to give credit for Liquid, like you say, for being smart and waiting it out and getting back into it economically, because it was a hard position for them to be. Basically, they had 3 gun rounds they had to win in a row just to break G2. And they unfortunately missed that second reset from their perspective, but they have a chance, like you said, swapping over. And just to point out the JDM and Simple thing, you talk about an AWP contribution on this map. Simple got 3 of his kills with the rifle. All right, fair play to that, but if you take those out, there was 10 kills between the 2 of them, which isn't as high as you normally see on Cobble, so that's where the rifles could step up considerably. If you rule out the round that Hiko got 4 and they didn't win it, that's 10 for him, so it was pretty even between Hiko, Nitro, and Elige on the rounds they did win.
The thing is, well, G2 just had that dream start of the game, right? We talked about that bonus round, that working out for them. That's really good calling there from Shox. Just knowing he has those limited SMGs, let's do something fast, let's catch him out with them potentially rotating. They go straight down middle, and actually it's a very clean round there, and that's what opened the door to have that real swirled economy at that point. They had like 10k even after losing 3 rounds in a row, as you pointed out, so it was such a good start for G2, but Liquid didn't back down. They made sure they did what they had to, and that double AWP setup was very efficient. JDM, like you said, didn't go absolutely nuts that game, but he did enough just to get them back into the game, those first 2 picks, and then when Simple was pressured, he didn't have much to work with that game. He finds those 3 kills with the AWP. He finds those 3 kills towards danger. When he gets the opportunities, he is such a good player, possibly one of the most skilled in the world. And that's quite exciting for Liquid as well. I think Thorin tweeted the other day saying this current lineup, in terms of what NA's ever produced, in terms of raw skill, this lineup certainly, for me, is actually undoubtedly the best we've ever seen from the NA region. In terms of that mechanical skill we have available.
In terms of the players that are allowed to play in Valve tournaments.
Yeah, I guess that's
I would say, I would even...
in terms of what's available right now.
The argument is definitely there that they even do surpass that iBuy power in individual skill. I mean, I think Nitro and Elige are hugely talented. It's just that they don't necessarily always make the dynamic plays. They aren't necessarily clutch players in that sense. That's why Hiko brings so much to this team. And the consistency, JDM, I'm excited to see what moves forward. But we are going to get into halftime number 2. It's going to be 4 sets of armor brought up on the CT side and a kit for Scream. But it's going to be a Tech 9 no armor, so not the raid boss for Hiko, and JDM as well is going to go for the smoke, so they aren't going to be as aggressive. They aren't going to brawl this quite as much. They're going to try and play picks with the upgraded pistols on this T side.
They're going pretty fast, actually. All 5 players committed towards A, and Smith did spot them as well, so heavy rotations coming from the CTs. The smokes have been deployed, and now it's going to come down to the kills. Can the CTs get out?
JDM starts it off, Nitro follows it, but look at Shox go as he gets 2 with the USB. And Simple's trying to wrap back around, goes to a burst fire for the moment. He does pick up 2 kills as he does wrap and clean out. It is just body remaining. 1 versus 3. Bomb picked up by Simple. It's going to go for the safe plant in behind the hut, but it won't even matter. Nitro's already closed it out. So this is exactly what we talked about. 9-6, you win pistol on the 6th side. You get 7th, and then potentially 8 and 9. You tie this up. You go heads up going forward. And if they can win the economy in the same way G2 did, it's a whole different game.
Those fast 8 rounds of the pistol are so brutal. And we see a lot of teams doing it these days, just getting a couple of smokes there. As soon as you get the first pick or first bit of confrontation, the CT's on the hard rotate. You've already got the smoke down towards the connector. They have to bail out through that balcony area, and at that point they've already sworn the bomb, so it's going down. It's such a difficult retake. So good move there from Liquid. It's going to be them winning the pistol. Like I said, as soon as they do that, they're right back into this game. We do see a semi-force buy here, I guess. It's going to be Smiths obviously on the full EK. 2 players going in for 5-7. Head out on a shotgun and a scout, so pretty heavy investment here from the French side. Could do something with this. It's Shox on the scout, which is interesting. You would assume that the scout drop over towards Smith's, but let's see what he can do with it. On the other side, we've got Liquid with 2 AKs and 3 SMGs here, slowing things down. No fast play this time. Elige just hunting towards middle, seeing if there's anything available for him. Does get spotted by RPK. No damage inflicted by either side just yet.
RPK is going to repeat this as well. Cheeky little 5-7 shot towards the door. Why not? Penetration on that thing is incredible, Henry. But Scream and RPK with Smiths are all actually going to elect to try and hold the choke point at long. Hiko's starting to evaluate the offsite here on B. 58 seconds to work with still, because they don't have much to really go off of on this A site other than the early confrontation. In fact, they're going to commit to it, which does mean it's going to be a 3-man inside of the site with a rotation of body. It's almost a full 4-man stack, so thankfully JDM is able to take down 2 with the SMG. This bodes well because he's building toward that AWP. Whereas Nitro with the AK, he's got the range game, closes off the rotations, and it's just Shox that remains with a scout. He's going to want to hold this moving forward. Yeah, we saw some mistakes yesterday from TSM. You remember they did that 5-man play towards the actual mid-ramp. It's much more efficient, in my opinion, to split between long A and actually have players going towards middle, means you can pincer the bomb site there, apply pressure to all parts of the map, and it means they actually can have that real nice crossfire. You can see the players even stacked towards long A, had no idea what was going on. It's going to be JDM, like you said, fireman cash with that SMG, $600 per kill, just Shox remaining, trying to keep his scout alive at this point. And with the HP the terrorists have, looks like they will be hunting again, but they're going to be potentially dropping a couple more players. Shox can definitely land a shot or two, but he's going to be locked down. There it is. He could get the final kill. 9-8. Fulika coming in for G2, and Liquid will be tying things up, surely. Nothing to be invested from the CT side. Can't really justify much more than maybe a couple of P250s, but Smith's, his money's still strong. He will certainly have the AWP in the first round. Certainly will, but JDM could easily buy one in return. As we look at his 2 entry kills with that SMG, he's not quite there yet. No need to overinvest early anyway, so at this point, keep it. It's just Liquid trying to do what GT did to them. Keep all 5 players alive, and they can potentially use those SMGs going for the next round as well. They know it's a possibility. They want to give GT the exact same treatment, build that economy, and just start crushing them with the fast, loose plays. Let's see what they decide to do here. It's going to be taking over drop down out of the platform to be a fast play towards the B side. Simple, surely get this first kill. That's JDM that snatches it away. But a simple round here. Screen does do something from the rock area, but soon he takes it out by Elise. He actually gets the last 2 kills as well. So there it is. One player drops. It's JDM, which actually is all right because he's going to go to the AWP anyway. Yep. There it is. We are here in London. Crowd, are you there? You enjoying this so far? There it is. Hold the phone a little bit, actually, because rather than upgrade JDM, this is an interesting read. They've elected to throw the second SMG, the one that stayed alive, back to JDM, keep him off the AWP, and Hiko goes for the upgrade. So they're up against an AWP without JDM to combat it. So this is an interesting call. Again, this is them trying to build the economy further, but perhaps also misreading the fact that Smiths might have one, because he's bought down to 150. He's got not only the AWP, which takes down Nitro, he's got armor to go with it. It's the exact same approach we saw from DT, going fast towards middle, see if you can catch the rotation there, but the difference is Smiths is there defensively, the AWP gets the first kill, and it's a fast rotation with the CT as well. A much harder round here for Liquid. Thankfully, JDM saved enough that he'll be able to buy an AWP in the next round as well, but this could be the misread. We'll see if it works out. It's still pulling back. JDM picks up a kill back of sight towards Smith. That's the AWP down, and Elise taking body. It's a safe plan coming in, but it's still a 2 versus 2. There's no kits on the CT side, at least not in play at this moment. As Shox tries to hold the angle, they know exactly where Hiko is. He's now the last man. 25 HP, does find a headshot on the repeat. Just needs to bait this out, needs to hold the time. He's got it low, and Hiko's got it again. The clutch from Hiko. Every single time he seems to step up in those situations. They knew exactly where he was. They had to work together. They face him one by one. That's not what you want to do. I can tell you that right now. It's going to be Shox dropping first, and then Scream just can't find the angle there, doing damage to each other through that post, but it's Hiko that comes out on top, and what a big round after Smith gets the initial kill as well. They now take the lead for the first time, 10-9. And Smith's there, he's going to be feeling a little bit disappointed. He got the first kill, he got the information. They're rotating in, but Elite so fast in that bomb site, made it a 2-on-2. And G2 will be broken at this point. Just going to have the Desert Eagles, CZs, P250s as well, stacking towards B, but the bomb will be making its way towards A. It's obviously going to be a default at this point. Don't want to give anything away. Keep building that bankroll. And it's going to be JDM still on towards that MP7. Not going to be giving out the AWP just yet. I think that's the right play. It's too much high risk right now to give that away. Just keep it close range with these MP7s. Let's see what he can do. He will get the first pick here. He actually doesn't. Body gets to drop it, and there's no one in reply. So the man advantage goes towards the French side for now. RPK tag down to 17 is the only damage done in return. Smith hasn't been spotted as they have walked into the A side. Elise is still looking for him, but Hiko's waiting. That's the smart play. Hiko just needs to win the duel against him and manages it now. It's going to keep 3 up again. That's fine. If they can keep these 3 up, easily afford the reinvestment. And JDM being one of the players to go down, I undoubtedly this time expect the AWP to come up, as it's going to go to 11-9 in favor of Liquid. Scream going to try and do what he can to take the remaining guns away, and Hiko's the close one too. I'm sitting on only 33, so a Deagle could easily find a shot against him. Yeah, pretty clean now for Liquid. They do drop 2 players, but it was JDM with that MP7, like he said. It's not a big deal. He will be going to the AWP certainly next round. Doing what he can towards long A. Does take down Simple, so that's going to upgrade to an AK-47, and obviously he's very deadly with his weapon indeed. Liquid want to see if they can lock it down, but there it is. Elite does find the kill. 11-9 now. Really doing some serious work in the second half. It's going to be 5-0. We go into round number 21. AWP surely going to be in the hands of Smiths, and likewise to JDM. This is where things start to slow down a little bit. The craziness has subsided, and we'll see those defaults coming in and see what Smiths decides to bring
to this round. He's got a good swarm towards middle. He could go straight on that mid-ramp, go for the first pick. Most players will drop a smoke, just give him a little bit of an exit strategy there. I would say that's very likely, considering where he's spawned, but maybe he won't decide to do that. He will be heading towards B and playing towards that connector position, so he doesn't want to go nuts just yet. It will be Liquid committing all 5 players towards B. Nades towards drop down. I mean, Nitro, he's so powerful on this upper platform position. Looks like Simple will be leading the charge. No boost towards Street, that'll be Scream.
Smart push from JDM to get really aggressive toward that corner as well, because he anticipated that they might do the same on the CT side. He wanted to hold it, and then Simple took the lead. We haven't seen this tree boost all game, oddly enough. It's usually something you see once to twice a half, but set smokes coming out from Liquid. These could actually be the fake style as JDM with Bomb and Elige on his back. It's going to rotate over toward A and see what they can find. If they win drop right now, if Nitro can get down and win this position, the options are endless, and he's already inside of the room. He just has to find the 1 kill on Sox. It works out perfectly with a well-timed flash. Smoke will protect Scream's angle, so he's not exposed right now to Nitro. And RPK with the return frag on Eco. That's going to make them reconsider this B position. It has to go on to A. That's everyone down. JDM's found the shot, though. On to Smiths. This opens up the possibility. There's still a man down. And no smoke dropped out on that doorway. Instead, it's straight to the site. And they do have a Molotov that can potentially put on toward balcony if they get the timing right. Instead, though, that goes on door, so Elige is going to watch this angle from the ground. It's a bit of an off angle to play it from, and it'll let JDM fire away at long, but it's a rotation coming from all 3 points right now, all 3 perspectives. Scream is already down at the bottom of middle. They have to consider everything, and they're just holding up, letting him get in position because they have 2 kits. They can afford to spend the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Now comes the first exchange. Now Elige to step up, gets the first kill, but can't find the second now. JDM, AWP on site. We know he can step up. Going to find RPK first. Can't hit the shot. Getting pincered from both sides now. It's going to be Scream short to finish things off, but it's a nice go! And it's 2 of them to win the round as well. Liquid, 6 in a row. JDM, what a play! That's massive. It looked like G2 had everything covered at that point, but it's going to be 2 no-scopes, of course, to finish things off. I didn't think he had any chance there. Scream in such a prime position just to finish it. They had him locked down. Fantastic work from JDM.
And, of course, just doing his thing on that chair like he always does. Man, that is so smart. He goes, he misses that first shot. All he knows is he has to hold the angle, stay alive as long as possible. Reads that so well. That is incredible. And that is such a heartbreak for G2. They're going to force back into this. Smiths is limited, so the AWP gone. He's onto a CZ 75.
Well, then they are a maximum loss bonus. This certainly is a force buy, though. He's at a CZ and a FAMAS in the hands of Body. 1 kit, running out of grenades rapidly. Only 1 smoke remaining, not a single incendiary. You can see Scream trying to react to this as well, trying to get that first pick on that steps area, but Simple waiting for him. He's got backup from teammates as well. Difficult times for G2 after such a successful campaign on the T side. Struggling now to even post a round.
And 6 straight for Liquid. Remember, this is the exact same start that G2 did have. We talked about it. If they could get the same economic situation, if they could build in the same way, it was their game to control. They did just enough in the first half to keep themselves in it with a chance. And G2, if they could be disciplined about it the same way Liquid was and start to bring the AWP out more regularly, they could be in a good position as well. But with Smiths on his pistol this time, it's a long build back in at only $250 saved up as well. Smiths is way over toward A. RPK is in A, little bit closer toward that connector position. He's actually going to start to rotate now as they do see some utility spent out from Liquid on that site.
At this point, Liquid just want to bleed out the CTs. They know they're up against it with this buy. It's going to be a B play here, and it's going to be Scream. Looking for that first pick, does not work out though. Body with the FAMAS, trying to step up, gets 1, but can quickly shut down. Now, Shocks in the chicken coop. Will it be checked? RPK trying to get some distraction for him here, but now he's up against it. 3 versus 2. Shocks low HP as well. They're not checking it. We set that position, should be checked every single time, but it's through the wall. Of course, JDM takes him down. And Smiths now does manage to find an M4, but still so much work to do. Time on his side though. If he can get the bomb down here, that would be it, but he can't actually land the shot. Now a lot of work to do. Has got a kit though.
And he has picked up an M4 to work with. What a shot by JDM to pull that back as the bomb did get dropped. He's going to walk in, find Hiko, not going to re-peek on this. So JDM's playing long here, he can. He's got the AWP, he spots up Hiko's shoulder again, still can't land enough damage. He's got 60 left. And Smiths is using everything he's got. Splash goes out, it's not going to work. JDM just watches that angle. JDM as well, just to point out something that happened earlier in the round. When Shocks did go for that early peek on long, you always say take the shot through your teammate. Elige walked directly in front of his crosshair as he had it lined up, and somehow he held his trigger and let Elige get that kill, because that could have changed everything. Right there, you can't see it. JDM is literally behind Elige, scoped in, ready to fire, and he decides not to.
I always said if I have to kill my teammates to kill the opposition, it's much better I do that than allowing him to kill both of us, right? But it works out for Liquid this time. JDM saves the round. We say it time and time again, chicken coop, you'd assume to be checked. Even you always got to suspect it. But JDM saves them with the wall bangers. Another force buy from G2. Maximum loss bonus, but only getting $3,400 per round. 4 Famises and max 7. Once again, need to work hard for these kills, but it's Nitro going aggressive, but flashed out. Look at the first pick, takes down Shocks as well, and Elise chiming in. Another 5-on-3. This is an impossible situation now for G2. Bomb will be planted. They're going to have to save. It's such a bitter pill to swallow. Considering the scoreline, Liquid are going to go 14-9, and they really are dominating here in the second half.
Nitro and Elise again, there's your entry combo. They're so good, even before the change to the stairwell on this map. Nitro was incredible at just walking out and finding opening picks. Simple's the closest one to Hunt right now. They left him just to watch the flank from the A site. He'll get ever closer. AK-47, let's spot up one. Shotgun's desperately close. He manages to take it down, but 14 HP. He's got to fall back and just make sure he doesn't overcommit. They've got the cash, it's not a big deal, but there's no sense throwing it away when he doesn't really have a chance in the fight. And they've boosted Smiths. Good position for him to try and save this gun. And
well, there it is. Nitro and Elise. We talk about that entrance combo available for Liquid, and they just go straight to that B side. A couple of simple flashes going over, and GT just don't have the utility to even challenge at that point. Oh, Smith's narrowly avoiding death there. 2 players on the screen, but saved by the belt. 14-9, and once again, we do have a very difficult situation with G2. 1 Famis available. I think it's going to be the tactical pause at this point.
yeah, called by Shocks.
What do they even do here? They can get Famises and shotguns once again. Do they allow it to go to map points at this point, or they force in and try to claw back? I would say it's probably worth the force buy at this point. Try and see what you can do. Maybe do a little boost. They have to go in. They can't allow Liquid to go to 15-9. I think that's going to be too hard of a deficit to get back into.
I mean, we talk as well about the lost round bonus when you're on the CT side. It's much harder to basically get, if you get a bomb plant on the T side and you've got 5 rounds going in against you, you've got that money in your favor, you can almost buy every single round. You don't have that same advantage on the CT side. And if you actually look back on the rounds they've lost, of now the, what is it, 8 in a row, 7 in a row, 8 in a row, only one of them has actually been due to the bomb detonating. So only once have they saved a gun, and that's the single FAMAS this time. Liquid's been taking guns out of their hand and forcing reinvestment every single round. Yeah. And that's such a huge problem for G2.
There's been so many rounds as well, opportune moments to win them. Lots of 2-on-1s in GT's favor, the clutches. If you remember the 2 versus 1 of Hiko, 2 versus 1 of JDM, they just can't close these rounds out. Liquid are delivering on the big stage here. And then some. It's been very impressive so far. And G2, you're just looking at 6s and 7s right now. They're trying to work out what the next move is. I think the tactical pause may be coming a little bit too late here. They have saved the Famas, so Shocks can drop that over to his teammates. They can probably do this similar sort of buy. 5 Famases, limited utility, no kits. Obviously, body armor is not a big deal against the AK. It's a one-shot kill at the head anyway. But it's not looking too good in the G2 camp right now. You can see them just discussing on your screen right now what is the next port of call here. Unpause comes in. We will be going to round number 24. The force buy, of course, as I speculated, comes in. It's actually a little bit better than I maybe first of all. 2 M4s, 3 Famises, 1 kit, 4 smokes, no incendiaries. But once again, Liquid, such control over this game right now. They can do anything they want. I assume it'll be more of a default play. JDM with decent spawn towards middle.
We'll see if he goes aggressive or not. He's just going to watch the long position, make sure no one pushes out. They send Nitro and Elige in with the rifles to push the CTs back, but it's only Shocks over here so far. Double smoke out, 1 in front of them and 1 behind him at danger, so it does give him an escape plan if they've gone even quicker. But they're calling for the rotation immediately. Shocks has heard them, so he's got enough information to let RPK rotate back behind the APC. Smiths and Body to get up toward the balcony, and Shocks still hasn't been spotted. Hiko's waiting for him at danger, so Shocks just sits there the whole time. RPK's got Nitro. They still haven't spotted him at the bottom of this ramp. And Liquid's actually going to bail off of this immediately, and as they rotate back down, Shocks is going to hear this as well.
It looked so promising for Liquid at the start. They went fast towards long end, actually got all the way out as well. As Nitro showing his hand first, but RPK locks him down with Simple on the other side of the map, making things interesting. It's a fast rotation towards B, and the CT's just getting thrown all over the place. JDM still towards A. He takes out RPK. They have no idea what's going on right now. Smith's trying to keep the dream alive at this point. He gets to get on towards Simple, but it's just getting worse. 3-on-2 now. Shocks and Body to try and reclaim the B-bomb site.
And good pickup by Elige, because no smoke deployed to try and cover across the site. They'd already used them on the A side. It's JDM that has the last one left, and it's just Shocks. Tries to go out for the cheeky flank again. He was waiting that whole time. He had that information, but he couldn't do anything with it. And JDM spots him. It's going to be map point on map 1 for Team Liquid. Remember, it's Dust 2 and Nuke if needed. So it could be a interesting series if it gets that far.
Liquid are no slouches on Duster either. Remember at the MLG Major, they actually took down Fnatic in the group stages there. So with this lineup, especially with Simple available as well, that's when he really comes to life with the AWP as well. That could be very interesting indeed. G2 hit and miss on the map. Sometimes they're completely lights out, sometimes they're lackluster, but potentially the last round here, 15-9. Round number 25, of course, it's another force fight for G2, can't give anything away. AWP available in Shox, glass cannon, shotguns and pistols to join in, but they're going aggressive, trying to get that first pick. This could work out. They get the first kill, and RPK gets the second as well, but Nico fighting back.
Nico getting only one in that fight, though, and he's still isolated over on this B side. He's got a backup plan to get through the tunnels, but Nitro and Lige are nowhere near. So very good start. This does upgrade the arsenal. Smith's up to the rifle, and Shox, again, he did buy in glass cannon on this AWP. Still has it and still is healthy and well, but he's actually in an awkward position right now coming out from danger. Lige is going to confront him as soon as he gets up there, but the crosshair, oh, he misses it. The placement was almost there. That would have been huge. That might have been enough to stabilize the round because they would have had full control had it A-long. Lige doesn't pursue it. He's actually going to fade away, and that's to Shox's benefit because missing an AWP shot up that close and no armor to save him as he fades away, that could have been it. That could have been the rush on A.
Shox now just trying to hunt for information. They've struggled with the fakes from Liquid coming in here and getting thrown around the map left, right, and center. So we're pushing all the way towards long A.
Lige is exposed. He's down below. He's considering bottom mid. Shox times it perfectly.
Well then, Nico changes over to the AK. They're trying to do as much damage as they can. They can't win the round. If they can just find kills, that's enough. It's an equal exchange out on the upper platform here, just up to Nitro. Definitely skilled enough to pull this one off. There's the first headshot, takes down Scream. 25 seconds remaining, has got the bomb as well.
And he's inside of the site. Committed already to the drop. AWP's come over, Shox holding the long angle again, glass cannon, so he's weakened up. Nitro hits the shot on body. It's only 51 HP, but Shox does make it count when it matters. Nitro nearly pulls that back.
G2 pulling out all the stops there. They knew they had to make something happen. The fast player on the upper platform and Shox intelligent stuff, pushing long A as well, getting intel for his team.
There's still a learning curve on those stairwells because we saw Nitro, he did take Smith down with the Molotov, but when he threw the Molotov, he expected him to back out the bottom of the stairwell and no one was watching the top. I think it was Lige that was beside him, was watching on the inside of the box. There's a gap where you can be exposed and Lige got caught by what they thought was already cleared. So they definitely have to watch both those angles when they Molotov that position.
Well, the problem is, it did come down to another 1 versus 1, so G2 still struggling. Famous shotgun, but Shox once again trying to make things happen at the start of the round. We talked about this smoke at the start. Looking for that first pick at the top of middle here. Nitro keeping himself safe behind the rock. Still is an opportunity if Shox is, if he dares stay longer than that smoke. Hunting for information here. He may get this first kill on towards the Lige if he does their face. Here we go. Here it comes. It's building. He can't land it.
He goes back for more, though. He still knows he's behind the rock. That's a lovely flick. As Elise jumps for the information, Shox gets the opening pick once more, and G2 aren't done just yet. Money for Liquid. It's fine. They'll be able to pull up before they get too desperate here, but they won't necessarily have a full buy into the next round. So likely a save as they'll try and play the long game. This is big for G2. And Shox is going to get aggressive out toward long now, staying dynamic, changing up the angle as we watch Hiko try and open up drop. It's B that Liquid wants to try and attain. And Smiths is down below, RPK in the window. He's got the first information. Smiths is just going to wait on that. He'll bait them towards Smiths. And there it is. Too easy. Oh, he nearly gave JDM a chance. You don't want to give JDM a no-scope chance this game.
Why is JDM dropping down like that with the orb? I have no idea, but still, he was by himself, gets a free kill pretty much towards Smith's there. Scream with the Max 7, a very deadly weapon in this position. Can't do any real damage just yet. There it is, though. Takes down Simba. It's a double kill. Looking for 3. G2 win the round. But you feel like JDM there, dropping down into drop down by yourself. It's a very risky move, especially on the orb in your hand. And maybe struggling a little bit here. It seems like Shox there, he's taking matters into his own hands. He said, Smiths, you know what? The AWP's not working out for me. Give that weapon over. I'll go find these first picks, and I'll deliver as well. He gets the first kill towards the lead, and a triple orb setup coming in for G2 here.
Yep. This
is an orthodox. I say that Cobble is probably one of the worst maps to have a double orb setup on.
So why not 3?
So let's get 3 in. Maybe that breaks the rule, and it's some sort of parallel. We'll see what happens here. Round number 27, 3 orbs. Body, Smiths, and Shox. Interesting move. All it takes is one wall of smokes and then out of the round.
And Liquid's in a slightly better position than I would have expected with their money, but again, they have to play the long game here because Nitro's only on 3,200, so.
I think at this point, like you said, the money's not amazing. There's definitely a buy there. They know G2 are fully equipped at this point. Take an eco, it's a partial buy coming in. So take this, you don't need the force. You've got 4 rounds just to finish this one off. Don't give them another one by a force buy and actually not having a fully equipped team. They go into this round, they can establish there's actually 3 warps available, then slow things out. Default, wall of smokes, retake. How are they even going to do that 3 warp? That's what you need to be doing. Hunting for information this round, work out what kind of play they've got coming in. And they can still win these rounds. The technology, regardless of the 3 orbs, that still has potential with the Tech 9s. They can run and gun and just lock them down at close range. We'll see what one happens, but it's going to be an exciting one. G2 need 4 in a row just to bring it to overtime. Just when we thought this one was over, Matt.
It is Liquid. There's still hope.
Oh God, yeah, you're right. We haven't even discussed that yet.
Maybe JDM breaks the curse.
Surely not again.
Well, it is the early timeout to potentially avoid that. Again, the partial buy is already indicated. No one else has bought other than Elige so far, but
just don't say the C word, Matt.
I don't like that word. Are we thinking of the same word?
I don't think we are.
Probably not.
I think that's a good rule in life in general, but especially when Liquid's playing, don't say the C word.
Well, I was going to say, it was indicated by Elige. They've all gone into the Tech 9s now. So Tech 9s and Armor. Nitro's probably going to go full save. He's the reason they're doing this. Everyone else could pretty much bring up whatever they want. Okay, so he goes Armor and smoke only. Won't get a pistol. But this is the reason they're doing it, because of Nitro's situation. So they're going to play the long game again. Wait out one more round. They can afford to do that against G2. But this triple op setup, how does this work? Because Shox goes at long, Smiths goes at bottom middle. They're going to put 2 of them on the A site.
I'm not a fan of this.
If they lose a shot here, if they get this up close, and Liquid is up close against the smoke, if they lose these up close battles, it's a huge problem. They flood into the site, but Smiths holds the first one. Oh, great shot of the second. Now he's done enough because Shox can rotate back around, and they're going to push up the top of the ramp. They've already got the rotations coming in. RPK finds Elige. And although Hiko finds him, look at Shox's angle. They never cleared this out because they were so committed after losing 2 to try and rush to the site to beat the rotations that they leave that second off in prime position. Simple tries to spot up the foot as they have picked up Smith's AWP, and he's got the bomb to work with. 1 minute and 11 seconds, but a 1-on-3.
That almost got very scary there for Smith. He was quite close range. He did every peep, like you said, delivering 2 stellar shots there with the AWP, and that saves the round. It's going to be a 3 versus 1, but the problem is it's simple. With 1 minute to play with an AWP in his hand as well, we know he's very well versed in this weapon. Goes charging into the B side here, looking at the first kill. G2 needs to be careful there. Oh, luckily for them though, he misses the shot. Screams there to get the final kill. 15-12, and that was an eco for Liquid, a partial buy if you will. And we go to round number 28 here. All for JDM, rifles available. And I actually think it's good news for G2 that she lost one of the AWPs there. I don't think a 3 AWP setup is going to do them any favors going forward.
I mean, that already was nail-biting and how close that could have been. If Smiths even misses that second shot, not even just the first one, that's fine. If they 1-for-1 trade him, and they've got the utility left, they've got the manpower left to clear out long and isolate Shox in that position, then it's a whole different round. So it works out. I have to give credit to Smiths on those shots, but now it's straight up battle because the guns are back out for Team Liquid. RPK, Smiths watching drop, scream at body inside the B side again. Shox going to solo over toward A, and Elige is waiting for the off chance that there's going to be a flank push. But they're slowing the pace considerably right now, Liquid. And Body's going to try and take advantage of that and gets to the stairs late. Remember, the timing is not such that you can go there carelessly at the start, but now he gets that shot almost through the smoke, nearly finds JDM. Changing his angle immediately, though, does mean Chicken Coop has to be checked. They've still got decent utility, but only 1 Molotov on the way through now for Liquid, and Flash Out is well-timed on Smiths, but the smoke actually counters it off, and they've got 2 players here. RPK's able to find one inside of it. It's Simple that goes down, and they're going to try and rotate back through, but RPK finds Nitro. It's working out. It was actually perfect, and then that smoke countered it all. As JDM will find Body, it's him and Elige. 2 versus 3 bomb is way over by drop.
Yeah, the CTs don't need to do anything at this point. They are going to do a little boost. I actually don't mind this whatsoever. JDM does get spotted as well, so up to Elige and him. They'll be doing a boost themselves. Now they established where both players are. JDM finds a shot into RPK, 2 versus 2. Still time to play him as well.
And Smiths has got so far forward that Shox had no idea to look that side, but they don't know where he is yet. And even though they're getting the bomb, JDM figures it out. I was going to say Smiths could try and stab them in the back, but what a play from Liquid, and JDM stepping up massively on this second half.
Well, G2 too aggressive there. The bomb was down. They knew exactly where it was. Just had to hold up together. And they decided to face. It seemed like once they spotted where the terror as well, just try and work the crossfire, stick together. But like I said, JDM stepping up massively. They finally finish things off here. No choke this time out. We're allowed to say the word now. They take them out.
Oh, was that word? I didn't.
That was the word.
That was the word.
Okay.
I wasn't sure which.
I see where you got confused.
Yeah.
But 16-12 in the first map. Very exciting scenes there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's impressive to come back considering the economic situation. 6-0 down. We go to Dust 2 next. We're going to take a short break. When we get back, We'll see if G2's got any answer for that incredible performance.